Chapter 4 Bumping into the Beauty. I left the pub as I had just read in TMZ magazine that only on this island, once a year, you could see a great supernova. I wasted no time and made a great deal of haste to the telescope shop. I was making haste in a hastily manner when I suddenly bumped into someone. It made my shoulder a bit hurty. I shouted, "Oof! My shoulder!" to emphasize the point. I turned around and met the eyes of a most beautiful woman. She had the giant, beautiful eyes of someone who had giant, beautiful eyes. Or at least, she was beautiful in my subjective standards of beauty. She gave a wry giggle, despite the fact that she also probably had a hurty shoulder. "Oh, I'm sorry for bumping into you. I was making lots of haste, like someone who was very hasty." My heart skipped a beat. I don't know which engaging adjectives I should use with the word haste either. She gave another giggle. "Hee, I guess that makes two of us. Well, there are probably more people in the world who don't also use engaging adjectives to use with the word haste either, but we'll never meet them. True love is who you meet." I was taken aback. True love? But we've just met each other, my word. She let out a third hearty giggle. "You know, my shoulder is hurting quite a bit." I offered my support. "Do you want me to take you to the shoulder shop?" She blushed. "I don't think such a place exists, but I appreciate you pretending that such a place exists. Would you mind walking me to the county fair?" I nodded. It would be my pleasure. I walked with her down the street with absolutely no idea where I was going, as I was new to the island, but she didn't seem to notice, so that was okay. She touched my shoulder, the one that wasn't hurty. "I very much appreciate you walking with me." I guffawed into my shoes. It's been my pleasure." She blushed. Would you like to accompany me to the Grand Nebula celebration tonight?" "What's that?" I said. "Oh, it's delightful. Everyone on the island gets together and we all stare at the stars. Pete Postlethwaite's comet is coming tonight for the first time in 40 years. I took my hands out of my pockets. It would be my absolute pleasure. I'm so sorry, this is a bit embarrassing, but what did you say your name was again?" She spun her hair. "I didn't," and walked away. I was confused. Surely her name wasn't "I didn't." That would be absurd. No, surely she was being flirtatious. No, surely. Chapter 5 The Big Kiss. I left the pub after a few cheeky pints of Ruddles and travelled to the Great Nebula celebration. I caught her at the Ferris wheel. "Oh, Mr. Murphy, I didn't think you'd come." I shrugged. "Oh, I had to come and see you." She fluttered her eyebrows. I didn't know such a thing was possible. She blushed. "Yes, I've got very strange eyebrows. But enough about my eyebrows. How are you, brow?" I almost forgave her that terrible joke. Almost. She pointed to the sky. "Would you like to ride the Ferris wheel? Hopefully, if we get on board just at the right time, we'll be able to get a close look at Pete Postlethwaite's comet just as it enters our stratosphere." I blushed. It would be my pleasure. I didn't. She frowned. "No, my name is Sarah, not I didn't." I was embarrassed, but was also relieved her name wasn't I didn't. We joined the queue. "Oh, I can't wait. I hope this line doesn't take too long. It's quite cold." I reassured her. "Please don't fret. If it gets too cold, you can borrow my jacket." She smiled. "Thank you. Although I thought that went without saying. But thank you." We boarded the carriage and began our ascent. "Oh, look!" she screamed. We looked into the sky, like two stargazers, which is exactly what we were. I saw a flash of brightness across the sky. "It does look like Pete Postlethwaite," I cried. She touched my shoulder, which now wasn't hurty. "Yes, it does. Do you know he was actually in the film Dragonheart, where Sean Connery's character turns into a star at the end and Pete Postlethwaite is narrating it?" I exclaimed. "I didn't know that. That's amazing." She shrugged. "Amazing is a bit much, but thank you." That was all I needed to know. Under those bright, shining lights, I leaned in and placed a big old smacker on her yapper. "That kiss gave me serious AMSR," she gasped. I replied, "Yes." It also gave me a big old tingle. It was then in my heart I knew, if she was cool with it, I'd like to date her for more than 3 months, which is as long as all my previous relationships had lasted, because it's then when the girl realizes I'm not really going anywhere.